Donald thinks that climate change is a hoax perpetrated by the Chinese. I think it's real.
I did not.
Science is real.
I do not say that.
And I think it's important that we...
In fact, in 2012, he did tweet that China had created global warming to hurt U.S. manufacturing. He was asked about that tweet in 2016 by Fox News, and he said that it was a joke, that he was joking. He has separately said many times in tweets and other speeches that climate change is a hoax.
Independent experts have looked at what I've proposed and looked at what Donald's proposed, and basically they've said this, that if his tax plan, which would blow up the debt by over $5 trillion and would, in some instances, disadvantage middle-class families compared to the wealthy, were to go into effect, we would lose 3.5 million jobs and maybe have another recession. They've looked at my plans and they've said, okay, if we can do this, and I intend to get it done, we will have 10 million more new jobs because we will be making investments where we can grow the economy.
Two caveats to that. One, the 10 million number is mainly under current law. Moody's found that her policies would add 3.2 million jobs beyond what would already happen under current law. Second thing is that Moody's doesn't expect that all of her plans would be implemented, nor does it expect all of Trump's plans to actually be implemented. They're going to face roadblocks getting through Congress. So Moody's presented a most likely scenario, and in that scenario, the two candidates are much closer together. Clinton's plan would end up creating some jobs above what we would see under current law, but Moody's expects it to be pretty close to current law.
I was against the war in Iraq, just so you put it out.
The record shows otherwise.
The record
but why
does not show
why?
that.
This is something that we have fact-checked and other fact-checkers have looked at again and again. Trump continues to say that he was against the Iraq war before it started, but in fact there is no record of that. We have a whole timeline of everything he said before and shortly after the war. He repeatedly points to a January 2003 interview he did with Neil Cavuto on Fox News. This was 2 months before the war started, claims that shows he was against it. But in fact, if you look at that interview, he never was asked, nor does he say whether he supports or doesn't support invasion. He simply urges President Bush to make a decision, either invade or don't invade.
Maybe he doesn't want the American people, all of you watching tonight, to know that he's paid nothing in federal taxes, because the only years that anybody's ever seen were a couple of years when he had to turn them over to state authorities when he was trying to get a casino license, and they showed he didn't pay any federal income tax.
So the two candidates went back and forth on Trump not releasing his tax returns, as other presidential candidates have done for the last several decades. And she said that the only tax returns that we've seen or that we know about show that he paid no income taxes. That's not true. We know about 5 income tax returns from the 1970s because they were viewed as part of an application for a casino license. And we know that in 3 of those 5 years, he did pay income taxes. He took a business loss in the other 2 years, therefore did not pay federal income taxes.